Hi everyone, and welcome to week 3 of succession law. This week we're going to explore how a will may be challenged, particularly on the grounds of a lack of capacity, undue influence, or a lack of knowledge and approval. Setting aside a will due to a lack of knowledge and approval is sometimes referred to as setting aside a will due to suspicious circumstances. These three grounds can appear independently of one another or concurrently, and in all cases, significant evidence is required to prove that the will is in fact invalid. As was pointed out by the court in Bailey and Bailey, the quantum of evidence sufficient to establish a testamentary paper must always depend upon the circumstances of each case, because the degree of vigilance to be exercised by the court varies with the circumstances. So this means that in these types of cases, the evidence required to prove or disprove a will vary. What it also means is that the cases considering these issues are quite long and they are quite involved. However, I do encourage you to try and read at least one or two of the cases in the readings, and any cases that you find through your own self-learning, so that you have an idea of the evidence that is presented and how this evidence is examined by the court. Now, I confirm that you should now all have access to the scenario for Assessment 1. This is live on Moodle under the Assessment tab, and a quick reminder too that Assessment 1 is due on the 22nd of December. I also wanted to let you know that I've now enabled the general discussion and the Q&A forums on Moodle, as they weren't previously available. And I can also confirm that there is no Teams thread available for succession law this semester. So I'm hoping that the use of the general discussion forum might take the place of the Teams chat function. I do encourage you all to use the general discussion forum to engage with other students, largely regarding points of interest and the subject more generally. I'm not going to monitor the general discussion forum that regularly. I will maybe jump in once a week or so to see if there's anything that does require my input. But please use the Q&A forum for questions that specifically require input from me. My preference does remain, though, that questions are raised in the workshops or via email so that I can address the question for everyone in the workshop and they're not missed. However, I do appreciate that the forums are quite useful and that they are favoured by some students. So hopefully that will assist having those two forums available now. I hope you enjoy this week's material and I look forward to seeing you all in this week's tutorial. Cheers.